Two creators, same niche. One has 50,000 subscribers, making $2,000 a month. The other person has 7,000 subscribers, makes 6 figures a year. And the difference isn't what you think, because most people believe more subscribers equals more money. And that's just plain wrong when you're running a business using YouTube as a marketing tool to your service or your products. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 3-part system I use to go from chasing views to actually building my business, and why your subscriber count has absolutely nothing to do with how much you're making. So my old business, I started on Twitter, and my entire strategy, grow my audience first, then monetize, like most of the big accounts told me to do. So I just did that. I made broad content like advice every 16-year-old life coach spits out, stuff that appealed to almost everyone. And it worked. I got followers, I got liked, I got retweets, I got engagement. All of my metrics were going up. And here comes the part you might already have guessed because you're just so smart. I made $0, like nothing in 8 months. I made nothing. And here's why. When you only focus on getting subscribers and followers, you get just that. When you make content for your dream client, you attract just that. And those people are totally different. I was playing the wrong game. I had thousands of people watching, but none of them were my dream clients. They were free content junkies and I was their dealer. Then came the day where I made one simple shift. I stopped trying to talk to everyone. I stopped with my broad content. I picked one person, business owners trying to grow an audience of people wanting to work with them. That's it. Simple as that. And of course my views dropped, but not long after that I got my first client, and then my courses actually starting to sell. And yes, I used to be a course bro. At first I couldn't understand. Fewer people watching, more people paying, like what? But my strategy was stupid simple. Make content for my dream client, get people off Twitter onto my email list, into my business, because that's where I made most of my sales. Not by the content, but the people on my email list. And here's the thing I've noticed when I'm working with people. Most people think they need more subscribers to make more money, because they are in the old doctrine of how YouTube used to work. You put out a video, you got a lot of views, you got some ad revenue, and that's it. But if you're a business owner, that's the worst way you can spend your time on YouTube. Most business owners I work with follow content creator advice instead of focusing on their business and using YouTube as a tool. And those two things are completely different. So let's do a math example here. YouTube ad revenue pays depending on what niche you're in, $2 to $5 per 1,000 views. So to make 10 grand a month, you need 3.3 million views every single month. Or if you go the business route, you need 33 people buying a $300 offer. You see the difference here? Mr. Beast made 10 million in 72 hours, not from ads, from chocolate. Emma Chamberlain's multi-million-dollar coffee brand, Logan Paul's energy drink, over $1 billion in sales. And they all used YouTube as their marketing tool, not the business itself. Because some of the biggest earners out there figured this one out years ago. You don't make money from the platform. You can make money from the platform, but you can spend your time way better using YouTube to make money with your business. And the longer you stay focused on views only, the harder it's going to get to fix it. Because now you trained your audience to see you as entertainment, not as the solution to their problems. Of course, if their problem is being bored, that might not apply. But in that case, you're still focusing on ad revenue. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the 3-part business model that turns this around. Part 1, pick your one person. You heard me talk about this in my story. I went from serving everyone to focusing on one person, business owners trying to grow their business with Twitter. But here's how you actually do it. And most people get this wrong. So I'm going to show you the exact questions I ask every client. And this is going to be a very simplified but effective way of doing it. Ask yourself, what's the one person I help better than anyone? Not what's my niche, what's the person? What is the person you're serving? Because a niche is a category, a person is a customer. That's how you make money. And those are different things. Here's why this matters. When you say I help business owners, there's 30 million people in the US alone. But when you say I help business owners on Twitter trying to generate sales without going viral, you just went from talking to almost everyone to talking to one specific person out there. And now with your content, you can speak directly to that one person. You can target your offer to one specific person. So every content or every offer you put out there feels like it made for one person. And just to give you an example here, like Apple is in tech, but they don't say we're in tech, we sell computers. They say like we help people who value design and simplicity. And that's really what they do, because Apple is a very simple product. And you kind of see the difference here. One is about Apple. They make tech. The other one is about the customer. We help people who value design and simplicity. So here's what to do. Write down the last 5 people who paid you. Look for the pattern, not their industry. You have to look for their identity and what makes them special. Like, are they all ambitious? Are they all perfectionist? Are they all running a team, for example? Or are they a one-person business? Like, that's your person. Or if you have clients, take the top 5 clients you absolutely enjoyed working with and start targeting your ideal customer to that specific person. And once you have that, it's going to be very simple to create content, because you're just solving problems for that specific person instead of trying to make content for everybody. And by the way, if you want a separate video on how to find your dream buyers, even if you haven't made any sales yet, just let me know it down in the comments. And part 2, show your solution, not just the information about your product or service. Now that you know who you're talking to, here's how to position yourself. And this is where most people completely fail. They're afraid to give everything away for free. Fear that nobody would buy if they put content out there for free, solving the problems for their ideal customers within their content. But here's the thing in 2025, we live in an information overload era. Unless you got expert knowledge, that's very hard to find anywhere else. Most people can find that knowledge online. But Mark, how can I sell anything if it's already out there for free? One study showed that 96% of people drop out of an online course. And it doesn't happen to be just courses. It can be your videos out there that they don't implement the information within those videos. 96% of people drop out of online courses. Of the 4% who actually completes it, only 10% implemented what they learned. So if 96% of the people don't finish and only 10% of those who completed it implement the knowledge, that's roughly around 0.4 to 1.2% of people who start the course who actually use that information. And the same applies for your videos. So what do people actually buy into? They buy into you as a person. Think about it like this, like Gordon Ramsay puts all of his recipes on YouTube for free. You can watch him make whatever the fuck his dishes are called for free, step by step. But people still go to his restaurant and pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to eat there. Why? Because they're not buying into the recipe. They're buying their result without doing the work themselves. The same with your content. So when you solve their problems for free, they think, if this is what he gives away for free, imagine what I can get out of working with him, getting the person behind what I've just seen. And that's how trust works, because people can see what you can do. You can show authority, you can show your competence, and people are more inclined to buy from you when they're ready. So your content only needs to do 2 things. Prove you know what you're talking about, and drive them off YouTube onto your own platform into your business. Part 3, build your pipeline. Now that you have your dream buyer and your positioning, this is a system that's changed almost everything for me. Because let's be honest here, the content game has improved a lot with AI. So it's a lot easier for people to get into content creation and get to an okay bar really fast. So there's a lot of okay-ish good content out there. And this is where most people go wrong. They put out okay, good-ish content, hoping for people just to buy. But hope isn't a strategy. Like, you can't rely on hope. So here's what you're going to do instead. And here's what I did. Every video has one goal. Get them on your email list or onto your landing page. Not just to be a subscriber. It's nice that they're following you. It shows a sign of interest, but you want them on your email list. And the reason is really simple. YouTube is cold traffic. Email is warm leads. So why does this matter? When someone is watching your video on YouTube, most of them are scrolling. They are distracted. They might watch 100 videos that week. You're one of the many. And once in a while, there's going to be someone who actually searches up the problem you solve and they're going to watch your videos. And those people are more likely to join your email list if you have a call to action that actually brings them onto your email list because they want to know more. And what does your email list show you? What does the subscribers on your email list actually mean to you? It means that they're giving you permission to give them more. They've shown interest in what you have and they want more for that. They're paying with their attention and they are more likely to buy from you in the future. So how do you get your content to do just that? Find the right people and get them onto your email list. You're going to build your content like this, and this is a very simplified but effective way of doing it. You get a hook, and that's to get their attention. You've probably heard this a million times before. The substance, the main thing of your video is to position you as their solution. And then you have a call to action that moves them from the video to your email list. And then they're on your list and you can put them through a nurture email sequence or whatever you fancy, or just nurture them with your weekly email or whatever you're doing. And when they're ready and you post your offer on your email list, they are going to buy from you. And that's the system. It's really dead ass simple. And I know this may sound overly simple because it can be simple in theory, but it can be a bit harder to do in practice. So if you want a video just on this, let me know down in the comments and I'll make a video for you. So let me sum this up for you. Part 1, pick your one person, not a niche, but a customer. Part 2, position yourself in your content as the one solution they need. And part 3, build the pipeline. Video to email to offer. And if you nailed this 3-part system, you're going to stop playing the subscriber game and you're actually starting to see a growth in your business coming from YouTube. So you already learned why this matters. You're focusing on the wrong metrics, attracting the wrong people, following the wrong advice, and the content creators turned business owners figured this one out years ago. They're not content creators anymore using YouTube for just ad revenue. They're business owners. They're using YouTube as a way to reach their ideal customers. So pick your dream buyer, position yourself as the solution, and build your pipeline. Now, if you want the exact frameworks and templates and breakdowns and analysis I use with my clients to make this happen for them, the stuff that actually turns cold viewers into customers who buys from you, then you can join my email list down below where I share all of the stuff I'm going through with my business and my clients.